Hello Americans, another friend, subscribers around the world. So this morning, I'm out here, I've went and you can see behind me, man, on my Crick Bottom here I've got thousands of hawthorn trees or bushes, whatever you want to call them. And I've talked about it before, and we've actually showed the process before. But if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. But I thought I would show it again because, man, it's a very powerful medicinal herb or whatever that you can use. I actually take hawthorn, and what I'm doing is getting the dried ones. I pick them 3 different times of the season. And you see in here, kind of see in here maybe, the hawthorn berries, and these ones are semi dried out, you know, because it's fall. And I also come out in the spring when they start to bloom. I come out and we pick the blooms and make a tincture out of the blooms, and then when they berry, we come out and we get the fresh berries and make a tincture out of those. And then at the end, I'm stocking these up just to make sure, because I take hawthorn every day, and I take it for high blood pressure. It'll help your cholesterol, helps your blood. It's a very good, you know, for your blood. And it also, since I've started taking hawthorn berries, I think I'm going on about 3 years, I've had a little bit, because I get gout really bad, and I've had little act-ups of it, but nothing like I have in the past. So hawthorn, I take it every day. I take 4 droppers, about half full dropperfuls a day. You know, first of all, I want to say, man, we're no doctors. I'm no doctor. I'm no nothing like that. So I'm just sharing, you know, just like if we were talking. And actually, I did it. The gal works at the grocery store, and she was talking about how her blood pressure was so extreme and she was having gout. And I told her about the hawthorns about probably 2 years ago, and she also has been taking it and has reduced her high blood pressure and stuff from it too. I don't take high blood pressure prescription pills or anything like that. I only take the hawthorns, man. I keep an eye on my blood pressure, and it works for me. I'm not saying it'll work for you, and you know, and obviously if you're taking prescribed medications from the doctor and all that stuff, you probably want to check with your doctor on that. But I am a true believer that for every ailment in the world or disease, I believe that the Mother Earth also has the cure. That's just my take on it. So what I'm doing with these right now is I don't worry about if I get some of the small leaves, because you can actually use the leaves too. When I first started taking them 1 year, I'd ran out, and I ended up actually going and buying some hawthorn dried leaves at an herbal store and made a tincture out of those and used that to get me through. So now, man, I always make sure and stay stocked up. And we'll show you. Like I said, you can actually look back. If you look back on my videos, and if I can find it real fast, I'll put it in the link below. You know, or even try to embed it on here. But when we did the tincture, you know, we used this, and then the other one that we talk and we preach all the time is usnea. You know, and it's an antibiotic. And Miss Kitty is allergic to bees, and obviously when you live like we live, you're going to get stung. And she, you know, we used to put mud on it, or you put an aspirin on it or whatever, you know, and it helps, you know, and take a allergy pill or a Benadryl or whatever. But she, as soon as she gets stung now, she puts a dropper of usnea on the sting, and she says you can literally instantly, within minutes, feel it helping. And man, it doesn't, you know, like I said, she's allergic, so before in the past, she used to carry an EpiPen. She don't even have an EpiPen, because I mean, they rob you for those dang things. But that Usnea, when she drops it on, but obviously, man, if you're deathly, because my grandma is deathly allergic to them, you know, so she always has an EpiPen. So I mean, it's definitely not saying, oh no, you don't need no EpiPen. Like I said, I ain't no doctor, man. I'm just a old hillbilly backwoodsman, amateur herbalist, man. I just believe in the herbs, and we talk about some of them. I do not talk about, or we do not preach or talk about everything that we take or use, because, you know, you just don't want somebody, you know, it's kind of like with the mushrooms and stuff, man, and same with anything else. When in doubt, throw it out type of deal. But hawthorns, man, hawthorns, I believe, grow in pretty much every, grow in just about every state. Man, like I said, man, I've got thousands of them on here. And I've told the story before, but I was trying to get rid of a bunch of hawthorns and stuff, and this is when we first bought the Crick Bottom. And man, I was fighting them, dude, and I mean, they were tearing me up, because I mean, you look at some of these thorns, I mean, they are not, they get you. And look at this one's a small one, man. This little one here, this one here, I mean, they look like claws, and I mean, they are sharp. And there's ones on some of them trees that are like that. And I was trying to clear some out, man. I'm fighting them, man, and I'm a-griping and all this stuff, and this is back before I started taking it, and man, I was fed up, man. My arms were all tore up, man. I've been punctured, man. When you get punctured by them, I don't know what's on them, but man, oh, they're gnarly. And I was fighting them and griping about them, and one night, man, as I was going to sleep, I just had this overwhelming feeling, and I was all, you know, because I'm one with nature, man. You know, like I said, I don't live, you know, off the earth. I live with the earth. And, or off the land, I live with the land. But I had this overwhelming thing, and I was just all, you know what? I'm going to embrace the hawthorns. I'm not going to fight them. I'm not going to try to, there's no way you'd never get them all out here. You know, I'm not going to fight them. I'm going to embrace them. And this is no kidding. Within 2 days, we were looking for something. I had gout or whatever, and we're looking up gout. And lo and behold, what comes up under the herb stuff when we look it up? Hawthorns. So I would say that was kind of a sign. Anyway, that's my little take on hawthorns. I just wanted to share that with you. I said I can show, you know, what we do. After I get this, right now I'm trying, because we use Adam's peanut butter jars, man. I preach my, you know, I love my Adam's peanut butter, and the jars have got a seal on it that we use for all our tinctures. And we make, like I said, I don't talk about everything we do, because you just don't want to, you know, put everything, and everything that we take or do is not for everybody type of thing. But as far as the hawthorns, what I'm doing is I'm picking enough. Like I said, I've already got tinctures done. I've got some blossoms, you know, dried in there. I've got some fresh berries in there that are what do you call it? Made a tincture out of, you know, that are aging or whatever you want to call it. It's called I'm just kidding with beer. She's got all the little technical words. Anyway, so I've got them in their tinctures, but I'm doing this, stocking this up, and what we'll do with these is I'll take these in, you know, I'll put in some water, man, rinse it all, and then run them through a strainer, and then put them into the peanut butter jars, and then we use 100 proof vodka. We've tried the 190, man, but holy crap, it's too much. But the higher the alcohol content, the better, you know, it'll draw more out of it. What is that word that sounds like muh to get the, when you soak it? Macerate. Macerate. It was so close to something else that I was afraid to say it, but you macerate. So that's what we've got. The other ones, the fresh ones, macerating. And that's like the U.S.A and stuff. We've showed how we cook it down and everything. That's my little take, man. That's just a hillbilly. I thought I would just show why I'm doing this. So, oh, and then, like I say, sorry, squirrel. So after I get this, it's got a little bit more to get. You know, and I'll go out here, and I'm just going around. And as you can see, man, the trees, those are actually the plums, the wild plums, man. That's another, I've got not as many wild plums as I have hawthorns, but dang close, hundreds of wild plum trees too. And we make jam and do all the different stuff with them. So, and right here, I'm trying to clear this out because I want to put a lean-to back here from a four-wheeler and stuff. So I'm going to be trimming these trees out. So when you're trimming the trees, so I'm just trimming off the branches. Most of the time, we'll just go around, you know, get under the trees and pick them. But this just kind of makes it easy, you know, right here. And then I got a mat under it that I catch any that fall off. And the dry ones, you know, when you're, especially when you cut the limb, the dry ones just fall off there. So after I get my 2 jars full, I'll rinse these, strain them, put them in the jars, and then we'll let them macerate. We'll be putting those in. You know, you can do it, I think it's within the hawthorns, I think we like to do 2 weeks or 30 days. You know, and it doesn't matter, but I've got some in there that's been, you know, sitting in there. Because, I mean, once you do it, it's not going to hurt if the berries are in there anyway. And then we'll straight them off when we go to use it. You know, so I just leave them. So for months, I got some in there that's been in there probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 months. Once it's, you know, it's just drawing it all out. And once it's all drawn out, it's just there. And then once you straighten your berries off, then it's just easier to put in your little dropper bottle and stuff. So there's my take on that, man. I'm a 100% true believer. I can see it on my little blood pressure thing and not having gout that Ol Hawthorns, man, it's a miracle herb. Good Lord willing, them creeks don't rise. We'll be back again tomorrow. See ya.